Welcome forward with Jesus' Course in Miracles. This is Chapter 4, The Root of All Evil, page 33. Love will enter immediately into any mind which truly wants it, but it must want it truly. This means that it wants it without ambivalence, and this kind of wanting is wholly without the ego's drive to get it. There is a kind of experience which is so different from anything the ego can offer that you will never recover. The word recover is used quite literally here. You will never be able to cover or hide again. It is necessary to repeat here that your belief in darkness and in hiding is why the light cannot enter. The Bible gives many references to the immeasurable gifts which are for you. But for you must ask. This is not a condition as the ego sets conditions. It is the glorious condition of what you are. No force, except for your own will, is strong enough or worthy enough to guide you. In this you are as free as God, and must remain so forever. You can never be bound except in honor, and that is always voluntary. Let us ask the Father in my name to keep you faithful of His love for you and yours for Him. He has never failed to answer this request because it asks only for what He has already willed. Those who call truly are always answered. Thou shalt not, or thou shalt have no other gods before Him, because there are none. It has never really entered your mind to give up every idea you have ever had that opposes knowledge. You retain thousands of little scraps of meaninglessness which prevents the Holy One from entering. Light cannot penetrate through the walls you make to block it, and it is forever unwilling to destroy what you have made. No one can see through a wall, but I can step around it. Watch your minds for the scraps of meaningness, or watch your minds for the scraps of meanness, or you will be unable to ask me to do so. I can help you only as our Father created us. I will love you and honor you and maintain complete respect for what you have made, but I will neither honor it nor love it unless it is true. I will never forsake you, and more than God will, but I must wait as long as you choose to forsake yourself. Because I wait in love and not in impatience, you will surely ask me truly. I will come in response to a single unequivocal call. Watch carefully and see what it is you are really asking for. Be very honest with yourself about this, for we must hide nothing from each other. If you will really try to do this, you have taken the first step towards preparing your mind for the Holy One to enter. We will prepare for this together. For once He has come, you will be ready to make other minds ready for Him. How long will you deny Him His kingdom? In your own unconsciousness, deep repressed by the ego, is the declaration of your release. God has given you everything. This is the one fact that means the ego does not exist, and which therefore makes it profoundly afraid. In the ego's language, remember, to have and to be are different, but they are identical to the soul. The soul knows that you have both, have everything and are everything. Any distinction in this respect is meaningful only when the idea of getting, which implies a lack, has already been accepted. That is why we make no distinction before having the kingdom of God and being the kingdom of God. The claim, the calm being of God's kingdom, which in your sane mind is perfectly conscious, is ruthlessly banished from the part of the mind which the ego rules. The ego is desperate because it opposes literally invincible odds, whether you are asleep or awake. Consider how much vigilance you have been willing to exert to protect your ego and how little you have been willing to expend to protect your higher mind. Who but the insane would undertake to believe what is not true and then protect this belief at the cost of truth? The escape from fear. If you cannot hear the voice of God, it is because you do not choose to listen. The fact that you do listen to the voice of your ego is demonstrated by your attitudes, your feelings, and your behavior. Your attitudes are obviously conflicted. Your feelings have a narrow range on the negative side, but are never purely joyous, and your behavior is either strained or unpredictable. Yet, this is what you want. This is what you are fighting to keep and what you are vigilant to save. Your minds are filled with schemes to save the face of your egos, and you do not seek the face of God. The glass in which the ego seeks to see its face is dark indeed. How can it maintain the trick of its existence except with mirrors? But where you look to find yourself is up to you. We have said that you cannot change your mind by changing your behavior, but we have also said, and many times before, that you can change your mind. When your mood tells you that you have chosen wrongly, this is also whenever you are not joyous. Then know this need not be. In every case, you have thought wrongly about some soul that God created and are perceiving images your ego makes in darkened glass. Think honestly what you have thought that God would not have thought, and what you have not thought that God would have think, or would have you think. Yes. Search sincerely for what you have done and left undone accordingly, and then change your mind to think with God's. This may seem hard to you, but it's much easier than you think against it. Your mind is one with God's. Denying this and thinking otherwise has held your ego together, but has literally split your mind. Thus ends page 33.